Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
Hello, it's me again, Christine. We're here today in the lesson, the top 25 Afrikaans phrases. So they're obviously the ones that you definitely want to know if you want to know Afrikaans. They're super simple, most of them, and easy to learn. The ones that everyone always learns these words in all the different languages. So let's get started.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. It's pretty straightforward. It's a greeting. It's what you say to everyone. It sounds the same as most languages, so it's an easy one to remember.
Goeiemôre. Goeiemôre. Good morning.
Goeiemôre. Good morning. So this one's a little bit hard because it's got the ch sound, but in the morning we're all feeling ugh anyway, so it's a great time to use this. Practice it next time you wake up in the morning and say hello to whoever you see the first thing in the morning and just say goeiemôre.
Goeiemiddag. Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon.
Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon. So it's very similar to goeiemôre. This time you're changing the second word to middag, adding an extra ch in there because now by middag time, the day's hard and all you want is some lunch. So you're adding more ch's in there and just saying goeiemiddag as if it's angry, but try say it with a smile and then it's even nicer. Goeiemiddag.
Goeienacht. Goeienacht. Good night.
Goeienacht. Good night. So that's what you say before you go to bed, obviously. And by now, you're thinking of the dreams that you might have tonight or the comfy warm bed that you're going to in a cold winter's day. Not like today, obviously, but it's something that everyone wants to hear. It's nice to say it to the people around you before going to bed. End your day on a nice, calm note by telling everyone around you, goeienacht.
Wat is jou naam? Wat is jou naam? What is your name?
Wat is jou naam? What's your name? So this is obviously the one that you want to know when you're going out in a new place, especially in South Africa or anywhere where there's Afrikaans people and you want to know who they are, know more about them. So it's always an easy icebreaker. Wat is jou naam? Get to know their name. Try think of a way that you'll remember it by making up little anagrams in your head or whatever. It's what I usually do because I'm very bad at remembering names. But definitely a useful phrase to know.
Ek is Christine. Ek is Christine. I'm Christine.
And then if they ask you that question or if you've just asked that question, the likely response is ek is naam. I am name. So you'd insert your name. Obviously, you wouldn't say ek is naam. I would say ek is Christine. I am Christine. So pretty simple response. Wat is jou naam? Ek is, and then say your name. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Aangename kennis. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you.
Aangename kennis. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you. So now you've said hello, you said goeiemôre, goeiemiddag, goeienacht, whatever time of day it is. You've asked them what their name is, you've told them what your name is, so now you're saying it's nice to meet you. Aangename kennis. It's a simple conversation going on here, so it's very important to know all these little phrases.
Hoe gaan dit met jou? Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you?
Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you? So now in the conversation, you're at that part where you've realized that they have a cool name, they seem pretty cool, and you want to know a little bit more about them. So you ask them, hoe gaan dit? And then remember to listen, because people always say this and then don't listen to the response or don't really care about the response. Only ask these things if you care, because it's way nicer that way.
Goed, dankie. En met jou? Goed, dankie. En met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you?
And then the typical response, or hopefully the response because it's positive. Goed, dankie, en met jou. Goed, dankie, en met jou. I'm fine, thanks. And you? So that obviously follows the previous one, answering how you are doing and then asking back to the person because that's only polite. You don't want to be like, yeah, I'm fine, thanks, bye. You want to be polite, ask them how they're doing back if they asked it first. Otherwise, maybe don't say it if you asked it first because then it's just like a continuous cycle that's never ending.
Asseblief. Asseblief. Please.
Asseblief. Please. Very popular in South Africa because we're all very polite people here. But please remember, see, I said it there again. Please remember to be polite when you're asking for something or commenting on something that requires a please. No, it'll be a question. So be polite, remember your manners, and say asseblief if you are looking for something.
Dankie. Dankie. Thank you.
Dankie. Thank you. So there we go again with the politeness. Be very kind and warm when someone tells you something or compliments you or gives you an answer to that asseblief question that you just asked. Say thanks. Say dankie. And if you can't remember the word, think of a donkey. That's how I always used to tell people. And then just change the sound a little bit because you can't say donkey. You must say dankie.
Jy is welkom. Jy is welkom. You're welcome.
Jy is welkom. You're welcome. So that's the response if someone said dankie to you, you're obviously going to say you're welcome. Jy is welkom. Because it wasn't such a schlep for you to tell them what they wanted and you don't mind telling them. So, jy is welkom.
Ja. Ja. Yes.
Ja. Yes. Pretty straightforward. Yes. Positive response to something. So, pretty easy.
Nee. Nee. No.
Nee. No. Also pretty straightforward, but try not to use it so much because it's going to be a downer on anyone, unless it's something definitely that needs a no for a response. But ja and nee, pretty easygoing, used quite often, so good ones to remember.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. It's very simple because it's the same as the English and most other languages, just like I said, hello. Okay means, yeah, sure, okay, we'll do this, or okay, I'll have that for lunch, or okay, you make the plans. It's used every day in so many different ways, so it's easy to remember, okay.
Verskoon my. Verskoon my. Excuse me.
Verskoon my. Excuse me. This is a part of that politeness again. If you are leaving the table or you're walking away from something because you don't really like the conversation going on, you just politely say, verskoon my. Asseblief as well if you want to be even more nice. Even nicer.
Ek is jammer. Ek is jammer. I'm sorry.
Ek is jammer. I'm sorry. So unfortunately this one means you've done something wrong or you've said something that's not so polite. But just be a human being and say sorry if a sorry is needed. And then remember, ek is jammer.
Hoe laat is dit? Hoe laat is dit? What time is it?
Hoe laat is dit? What's the time? This is funny. The translation isn't exactly what's the time, but that's how we say it here in South Africa. You literally say, how late is it? Because you're always late for something, or you're always thinking it's later than it is. So try to remember it that way. We're always late, so that's why we say, hoe laat is dit? Like, how late is it?
Waar is die badkamer? Waar is die badkamer? Where is the restroom?
Waar is die badkamer? Where is the restroom? This one you'll probably use when you're out at the restaurants or at a random friend's house that you've never been to before and you really need a wee. So you're going to be needing this one. So remember, waar is die badkamer?
Wag 'n bietjie. Wag 'n bietjie. Wait a moment.
Wag 'n bietjie. Wait a moment. You're a little bit busy in a conversation and someone comes and chirps in and all you want to say is just hold on. So if you ever in these situations and you have friends that like to interrupt you, then maybe you should learn wag 'n bietjie. And you could always add asseblief as well if you don't want to sound too rude and like cut offy. You can say wag 'n bietjie, asseblief.
Hoeveel kos dit? Hoeveel kos dit? How much is this?
Hoeveel kost dit? How much is this? Now you're in the shops. So you've been to the restaurants, you've been to friends' house, you've been everywhere, and now you're in the shops and you're seeing this beautiful new thing that you really want to buy. But, you know, you're on holidays, so you can't just be splurging money everywhere. So you're going to have to ask this question quite often. Hoeveel kost dit?
Help. Help. Help.
Help. Help. Luckily, this word, because it has so much going on and it's obviously urgent, is usually the same in most languages, so it's pretty straightforward if you know English. Help, it sounds the same in Afrikaans and is used in the same way.
Sien jou later. Sien jou later. See you later.
Sien jou later. See you later. You finish at the restaurant, you're going home, or at the shops or whatever, and you're saying, ciao, I'm going to see you later. Sien jou later. Obviously one to use all the time, comes alongside a goodbye. So remember, sien jou later. And maybe I'll sien jou later in some of the other videos.
Tot ziens. Tot ziens. Goodbye.
Tot ziens. Goodbye. Directly translated, tot ziens means until I see you again, which is quite nice because you're always assuming that a goodbye isn't a bad bye and you will reconnect again at some point. So tot ziens means until next time, but it actually means goodbye.
Ek weet nie. Ek weet nie. I don't know.
Ek weet nie. I don't know. It's okay to not know. We don't all know everything, so this is a good one to know. If someone asks you a question or asks you directions and you don't know because you're just a tourist here, remember to say, ek weet nie. I use this all the time and it irritates my friends, but I'm honest at least, so ek weet nie. So we've reached the end of today's lesson of the top 25 phrases in Afrikaans. I hope they're useful for you because they should be. We use them all the time, and I hope they're simple enough for you to remember. And good luck using them. I hope you meet loads of new people when you come to South Africa or speak to South Africans. And let me know in the comments down below if you have, or if they've helped you, or if you're struggling with any of the pronunciations or something like that. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, and keep learning Afrikaans on afrikaanspod101.com.
Access your free language gifts right now, before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the 24-hour Survival Phrases PDF cheat sheet. Traveling and want to learn a bit of the language? Then these survival phrases will help you survive the first 24 hours. Second, the Ultimate Listening Video Master Course. Honest question: how good are your listening skills? Well, if you can watch this free master course, then you'll easily understand native speakers. So download it right now. Third, the 50 most common verbs all beginners must know. Do you know all of these verbs? If not, this lesson will drill the 50 most common verbs into your head. Just use the free audio slideshow tool inside. Fourth, 20 strategies for learning language at home. Want to learn a language from the comfort of your home? This 1-minute lesson will give you all the best tactics for learning languages. Fifth, free language learning audiobooks for anyone that sees this video. You'll get free access to our huge library of language learning audiobooks. Save them to your device and listen and learn. They're yours to keep forever. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master language with lessons by real teachers And our complete language learning program, get 35% off Premium or Premium Plus with the Power Up sale. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the lesson description below. Download them right now before they expire.
You just had lunch, paid and received your receipt. What is marked with a circle? What is marked with a circle? The circled parts of the receipt tell you the subtotal and the total.
Subtotal, totaal.
You're reading an event guide and are going to see an upcoming art event. What does the guide say about bringing food to the event? What does the guide say about bringing food to the event? The description reads that if you bring your own food or drinks, they will be confiscated.
As jy jou eie kos of drank bring, sal hulle dit konfiskeer.
You're planning to buy an instant meal. How much water do you add and what do you do once it's added? How much water do you add and what do you do once it's added? You add 100 milliliters of boiling water. Wait 3 to 5 minutes, then stir the contents.
Voeg 100 ml kookwater. Wag 3 na 5 minute. Roer dan die inhoud.
You're at the clothing store and want to try on a few shirts. How many items are allowed in the fitting room? How many items are allowed in the fitting room? The notice says that a maximum of 3 items per customer are permitted inside the fitting room.
'n Maksimum van 3 items per kliënt word toegelaat binne die paskamer.
With your receipt, you also received a coupon. Where do you have to present the coupon? Where do you have to present the coupon? It says, present this coupon at the counter at the time of purchase to receive a 20% discount off all items.
Wys hierdie kupon by die toonbank wanneer die aankope is en ontvang 'n 20% afslag van al die items.
Accountant.
Rekenmeester. Rekenmeester.
Adjective.
Byvoeglike naamwoord. Byvoeglike naamwoord.
Afternoon.
Middag. Middag.
Air conditioner.
Lugversorger. Lugversorger.
Airplane.
Vliegtuig. Vliegtuig.
Airport.
Lughawe. Lughawe.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Alcohol.
Ankle.
Enkel. Enkel.
Appetizer.
Aperitief. Aperitief.
Apple.
Appel. Appel. Apricots.
Appelkoos. Appelkoos.
April.
April. April.
Arm.
Arm. Arm.
Arrive.
Aankom. Aankom.
Attic.
Solder. Solder.
August.
Augustus. Augustus.
Autumn.
Herfst. Herfst.
Back door.
Agterdeur. Agterdeur.
Backbone.
Ruggraat. Ruggraat.
Backyard.
Agterplaas. Agterplaas.
Banana.
Pisang. Pisang.
Bandage.
Verband. Verband.
Barley.
Gaars. Gaars.
Basement.
kelder, kelder,
bathe,
But.
bathroom,
badkamer, badkamer. Be late.
Laat wees. Laat wees.
beard,
baard, baard,
beautiful,
pragtig, pragtig,
bed,
Bed, bed.
bedroom,
Slaapkamer, slaapkamer.
beef,
beesvleis, beesvleis,
beer,
Bier, bier.
to believe,
glo, glo,
beverage,
drank, drank,
bicycle,
Fiets, fiets.
bird,
Voel, voel.
birthday,
verjaarsdag, verjaarsdag,
bitter,
Bitter. Bitter.
black,
Swart, swart.
black tea,
swart tee, swart tee,
blackboard,
Swartbord, swartbord. Blog,
webjoernaal, webjoernaal,
blouse,
Blouse. Blouse.
blue,
Blauw. Blauw.
boat,
boot, boot,
boiling water,
kookwater, kookwater.
Bone.
Been, been.
book,
Boek, boek.
boutique,
Boutique, boutique.
boyfriend,
kerel, kerel,
brassiere,
brasserie, brasserie,
bread,
brood, brood,
brown,
Bruin, bruin.
buffet,
buffet, buffet,
bus,
bus, bus,
busy,
besig, besig,
button,
knoop, knoop,
buy,
koop, koop,
cake,
koek, koek,
call,
naam, naam,
can,
Kan. Kan.
Candy.
lekker goed, lekker goed,
Carrots.
wortel, wortel,
cash,
kontant, kontant,
Cashew nut.
cashew-neut, cashew-neut,
Cat.
Kat. Kat.
ceiling,
plafon, plafon,
cell phone,
selfoon, selfoon,
chair,
stoel, stoel,
chalk,
krijt, krijt,
Character.
karakter, karakter,
cheap,
goedkoop, goedkoop,
cheek,
Wang. Wang.
chef,
Chef. Chef.
chicken,
Hoender. Hoender.
child,
kind, kind,
chin,
ken, ken,
chopsticks,
eetstokkie, eetstokkie,
City.
stad, stad,
class,
klas, klas,
clear sky,
lig is helder, lig is helder,
to clear up,
opklaar, opklaar,
clerk,
Assistent. Assistent.
closet,
kas, kas,
cloth,
Textiel. Textiel.
clothes,
Kleren. Kleren.
cloudy,
Bewolk. Bewolk.
coffee,
Koffie. Koffie.
Cold.
Koud. Koud.
collar,
kraag, kraag,
college,
college, college,
come,
kom, kom,
company worker,
maatskappywerker, maatskappywerker,
computer,
Rekenaar. Rekenaar.
cook,
voorberei, voorberei,
corn,
mielies, mielies,
correct,
Reg. Reg.
Cost.
Kos. Kos.
Country.
Land. Land.
Cow.
Koei. Koei.
Crab.
Krab. Krab.
Credit card.
Kredietkaart. Kredietkaart.
Cup.
Koppie. Koppie.
Customer.
Kontant. Kontant.
Customer.
Cliënt. Cliënt.
Daughter.
Dochter. Dochter.
Day.
Dag. Dag.
Debit card.
Debietkaart. Debietkaart.
December.
December. December.
Department.
Departement. Departement.
Dessert.
Nagereg. Nagereg.
Dictation.
Dicteer. Dicteer.
Dictionary.
Woordeboek. Woordeboek.
Dining room.
Eetkamer. Eetkamer.
Dinner.
Diner. Diner.
Director.
Directeur. Directeur.
Dish.
Dis. Dis.
Dishwasher.
Skottelgoedwasser. Skottelgoedwasser.
Do.
Dun. Dun.
Doctor.
Dokter. Dokter.
Dog.
Hond. Hond.
Doorway.
Deurkusyn. Deurkusyn.
Downstairs.
Trappe af. Trappe af.
Draw.
Teken. Teken.
Dream.
Droom. Droom.
Dress.
Rok. Rok.
Drink.
Drink. Drink.
Drinking glass.
Drinkglas. Drinkglas.
Driver.
Bestuurder. Bestuurder.
Ear.
Oor. Oor.
Eat.
Eet. Eet.
Eat out.
Eet. Eet.
Eight.
8. 8.
18.
18. 18.
88.
88. 88.
Elastic band.
Elastiesband. Elastiesband.
Elbow.
Ellenboog. Ellenboog.
Electric plug.
Elektrische prop. Elektrische prop.
Electricity.
Elektrisiteit. Elektrisiteit.
Elementary school.
Laerskool. Laerskool.
Elevator.
Huiser. Huiser.
11.
11. 11.
Email.
E-pos. E-pos.
Emergency room.
Ongevalle saal. Ongevalle saal.
Engineer.
Ingenieur. Ingenieur.
English.
Engels. Engels.
Enter.
Inkom. Inkom.
Erase.
Uitvee. Uitvee.
Eraser.
Uitveer. Uitveer.
Expensive.
Duur. Duur.
Explain.
Verduidelik. Verduidelik.
Eye.
Oog. Oog.
Eyebrow.
Wenkbrauw. Wenkbrauw.
Eyelash.
Wimper. Wimper.
Eyelid.
Ooglid. Ooglid.
Face.
Gesig. Gesig.
Facial hair.
Gesighare. Gesighare.
Factory worker.
Fabriekswerker. Fabriekswerker.
Fan.
Baaier. Baaier.
Farmer.
Boer. Boer.
Father.
Vader. Vader.
Fax.
Fox. Fox.
To fear.
Vrees. Vrees.
February.
Februarie. Februarie.
Feel.
Voel. Voel.
15.
15. 15.
55.
55. 55.
Final.
Eindeksamen. Eindeksamen.
Firefighter.
Brandweerman. Brandweerman.
Fish.
Vis. Vis.
5.
5. 5.
Flight.
Vlug. Vlug.
Flight attendant.
Vlugkelner. Vlugkelner.
Floor.
Vloer. Vloer.
Food.
Kos. Kos.
Foot.
Foot. Foot.
Forehead.
Voorkop. Voorkop.
Fork. Vurk. Vurk.
44.
44. 44.
4.
4. 4.
14.
14. 14.
Freeze.
Vries. Vries.
Friday.
Vrijdag. Vrijdag.
Friend.
Vriend. Vriend.
Fruit. Vrug. Vrug.
Fruit juice.
Vruchtesap. Vruchtesap.
Full.
Vol. Vol.
Garden.
Tuin. Tuin.
Get up.
Opstaan. Opstaan.
Girlfriend.
Meisie. Meisie.
Glasses.
Bril. Bril.
Go.
Gaan. Gaan.
Go out.
Uitgaan. Uitgaan.
Goat.
Bok. Bok.
Gold.
Goud. Goud.
Grape.
Druif. Druif.
Grapefruit.
Pumelu. Pumelu.
Grass.
Gras. Gras.
Gray.
Grys. Grys.
Green.
Groen. Groen.
Gym.
Gymnasium. Gymnasium.
Hair.
Hare. Hare.
Hairdryer.
Haardroër. Haardroër.
Hallway.
Gang. Gang.
Hand.
Hand. Hand.
Headphones.
Oorfone. Oorfone.
High school.
Hoërskool. Hoërskool.
Holiday.
Vakansie. Vakansie.
Home cooking.
Tuisgemaakte kos. Tuisgemaakte kos.
Homework.
Huiswerk. Huiswerk.
Horse.
Perd. Perd.
Hospital.
Hospitaal. Hospitaal.
Hot.
Warm. Warm.
Hotel.
Hotel. Hotel.
Hour.
Uur. Uur.
House.
Huis. Huis.
Housewife.
Huisvrou. Huisvrou.
Humid.
Bedompig. Bedompig.
Hungry.
Honger. Honger.
Husband.
Eggenoot. Eggenoot.
Ice.
Ys. Ys.
Incorrect.
Verkeerd. Verkeerd.
Information.
Informasie. Informasie.
Insurance.
Versekering. Versekering.
Internet.
Internetdiensverskaffer. Internetdiensverskaffer.
iPhone.
iPhone. iPhone.
Jacket.
Baadjie. Baadjie.
January.
Januarie. Januarie.
Jeans.
Klinknaalbrug. Klinknaalbrug.
July.
Julie. Julie.
June.
Junie. Junie.
Kitchen.
Kombuis. Kombuis.
Knife.
Mes. Mes.
Ladle.
Skeplepel. Skeplepel.
Lamb.
Lam. Lam.
Language.
Tong. Tong.
Laptop.
Skootrekenaar. Skootrekenaar.
Large. L.
Groot. Groot.
Lawyer.
Prokureur. Prokureur.
Learn.
leer, leer.
Lecture.
Lesing. Lesing.
Leg.
Been. Been.
Lesson.
Les. Les.
Letter.
Letters. Letters.
Library.
Bibliotheek. Bibliotheek.
License.
Licensie. Licensie.
Lip.
Lip. Lip.
Living room.
Sitkamer. Sitkamer.
Lobster.
Kreef. Kreef.
Luggage.
Bagasie. Bagasie.
Lunch.
Middagete. Middagete.
Main course.
Hoofmaaltyd. Hoofmaaltyd.
Mall.
Winkelsentrum. Winkelsentrum.
Man.
Man. Man.
Manager.
Bestuurder. Bestuurder.
Map.
Kaart. Kaart.
March. Maart. Maart.
Marker.
Merker. Merker.
May.
Mei. Mei.
Meat.
Vlees. Vlees.
Medical doctor.
Dokter. Dokter.
Melons.
Spanspek. Spanspek.
Microwave oven.
Microgolfoond. Microgolfoond.
Middle school.
Hoërskool. Hoërskool.
Midnight.
Middernag. Middernag.
Milk.
Melk. Melk.
Miniskirt.
Miniromp. Miniromp.
Miss.
Mejuffrou. Mejuffrou.
Monday.
Maandag. Maandag.
Month.
Maand. Maand.
Moped.
Brompony. Brompony.
Morning.
Oggend. Oggend.
Mother.
Moeder. Moeder.
Motorbike.
Motorfiets. Motorfiets.
Motorcycle.
Motorfiets. Motorfiets.
Mouse.
Muis. Muis.
Mouth.
Mond. Mond.
Mug.
beker, beker,
Muggy.
Drukkend. Drukkend.
Muscle.
Spier. Spier.
Mushroom.
Sampioen. Sampioen.
Mustache.
Snor. Snor.
Neck.
Nek. Nek.
Necktie.
Das. Das.
Need.
Nodig hê. Nodig hê.
Needle.
Naald. Naald.
Night.
Nag. Nag.
9.
9. 9.
19.
19. 19.
99.
99. 99.
Noon.
Middag. Middag.
Nose.
Neus. Neus.
Notebook.
Notaboek. Notaboek.
Noun.
Naamwoord. Naamwoord.
November.
November. November.
Nurse.
Verpleegster. Verpleegster.
Nut.
Niet. Niet.
October.
oktober, oktober,
Office worker.
Kantoorwerker. Kantoorwerker.
1.
1. 1.
100.
100. 100.
Onions.
Ui. Ui.
Operation.
Operasie. Operasie.
Orange.
Oranje. Oranje.
Oven.
oond, oond,
Overcoat.
Oorjas. Oorjas.
Pajamas.
Pyjama. Pyjama.
Pants.
Broek. Broek.
Paper.
Papier. Papier.
Passenger.
Passagier. Passagier.
Passport.
Paspoort. Paspoort.
Patient.
Patiënt. Patiënt.
Peanut.
Grondboontjie. Grondboontjie.
Pen.
Pen. Pen.
Pencil.
Potlood. Potlood.
Pepper.
Peper. Peper.
Pharmacy.
Apteek. Apteek.
Phone number.
Telefoonnommer. Telefoonnommer.
Pick up.
Optel. Optel.
Pig.
Vark. Vark.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. Pineapple.
Pink.
Pink. Pink.
Pitcher.
Beker. Beker.
Plate.
Bord. Bord.
Pocket.
Sak. Sak.
Police officer.
Polisieman. Polisieman.
Pork.
Varkvleis. Varkvleis.
Pot.
Pot. Pot.
Potato.
Aardappel. Aardappel.
Power outlet.
Kragpunt. Kragpunt.
Present.
Geskenk. Geskenk.
President.
President. President.
Price.
Prys. Prys.
Problem.
Probleem. Probleem.
Professional athlete.
Professionele atleet. Professionele atleet.
Projector.
Projektor. Projektor.
Purple.
Paars. Paars.
Question.
Vraag. Vraag.
Quiz.
Vasvra. Vasvra.
Radio.
Radio. Radio.
Rain.
Reën. Reën.
Raincoat.
Reënjas. Reënjas.
Rainy.
Reënerig. Reënerig.
Read.
Lees. Lees.
Read aloud.
Hardop lees. Hardop lees.
Receipt.
Kwitansie. Kwitansie.
Red.
Rooi. Rooi.
refrigerator,
yskas, yskas,
Rent.
huur, huur,
Repeat.
herhaal, herhaal,
Resemble.
lyk, lyk,
Respect.
respek, respek,
Rest.
Rus. Rus.
Restaurant.
Restaurant. Restaurant.
Return.
Terug. Terug.
rice,
reis, reis,
room,
kamer, kamer,
sale,
Uitverkoop. Uitverkoop.
salesperson,
Verkoopspersoon. Verkoopspersoon.
salt,
Sout. Sout.
salty,
souterig, souterig,
Say.
sê, sê,
scooter,
Promponi. Promponi.
Seafood.
sekos, sekos,
Search.
soek, soek,
See.
sien, sien,
September.
September, September,
Serve.
dien, dien,
7,
7. 7.
17.
17, 17,
77.
77. 77.
Sheep.
Skaap. Skaap.
shirt, blouse,
Hemp. Hemp.
Shop.
winkel, winkel,
Shorts.
Kortbroek. Kortbroek.
Shower.
Stort. Stort.
Sightsee.
op 'n uitstappie te gaan, op 'n uitstappie te gaan,
Silver.
silwer, silwer,
6,
6, 6,
16.
16, 16,
66.
66. 66.
skirt,
Romp. Romp.
Skype.
Skype, Skype,
Sleep.
Slaap. Slaap.
Sleeve.
Mow. Mow.
Snack.
A happy. A happy.
Snake.
Slang. Slang.
Social networking site.
Sosiale netwerk webwerf. Sosiale netwerk webwerf.
Sofa.
Sofa. Sofa.
Sun.
Seun. Seun.
Sour.
Suur. Suur.
Soybean.
Sojabone. Sojabone.
Speak.
Praat. Praat.
Spend money.
Geld spandeer. Geld spandeer.
Spicy.
Branderig. Branderig.
Spoon.
Lepel. Lepel.
Spring. Lente. Lente.
Stand.
Staan. Staan.
Steak knife.
Steekmes. Steekmes.
Stomach.
Maag. Maag.
Store.
Winkel. Winkel.
Student.
Student. Student.
Study.
Studeer. Studeer.
Subway.
Moltrein. Moltrein.
Sugar.
Suiker. Suiker.
Summer.
Somer. Somer.
Sunday.
Sondag. Sondag. Sunglasses.
Sonbrille. Sonbrille.
Sunny.
Sonskyn. Sonskyn.
Supermarket.
Supermark. Supermark.
Sweatsuit.
Sweetpak. Sweetpak.
Sweater.
Trui. Trui.
Sweet potato.
Soetpatat. Soetpatat.
Sweets.
Lekker. Lekker.
Swimsuit.
Swimpak. Swimpak.
Table.
Tafel. Tafel.
Talk.
Praat. Praat.
Taxi.
Taxi. Taxi.
Tea.
Tea. Tea.
Teach.
Oplei. Oplei.
Teacher.
Onderwyser. Onderwyser.
Television.
Televisie. Televisie.
Temperature.
Temperatuur. Temperatuur.
10.
10. 10.
Test.
Toets. Toets.
Text.
Text. Text.
Text message.
Tekstboodskap. Tekstboodskap.
Textbook.
Handboek. Handboek.
Thank. Dank. Dank.
Thermometer.
Thermometer. Thermometer.
Thirsty.
Dors. Dors.
13.
13. 13.
33.
33. 33.
3.
3. 3.
Thursday.
Donderdag. Donderdag.
Time.
Tight. Tight.
Today.
Vandag. Vandag.
Toilet paper.
Toiletpapier. Toiletpapier.
Tomatoes.
Tamatie. Tamatie.
Tomorrow.
Môre. Môre.
Tongue.
Tong. Tong.
Tooth.
Tand. Tand.
Toothbrush.
Tandeborsel. Tandeborsel.
Toothpick.
Tandestokkie. Tandestokkie.
Travel.
Reis. Reis.
Truck.
Vragmotor. Vragmotor.
Tuition.
Onderrig. Onderrig.
Turkey.
Kalkun. Kalkun.
Turn off.
Afskakel. Afskakel.
Turn on.
Aanskakel. Aanskakel.
Turnip.
Raap. Raap.
12.
12. 12.
21.
21. 21.
22.
22. 22.
2.
2. 2.
Ugly.
Onooglik. Onooglik.
Underline.
Onderstreep. Onderstreep.
Undershirt.
Frokkie. Frokkie.
Underwear.
Onderklere. Onderklere.
University.
Universiteit. Universiteit.
Use.
Gebruik. Gebruik.
Vacation.
Vakansie. Vakansie.
Vacuum cleaner.
Stofsuier. Stofsuier.
Vegetable.
Groente. Groente.
Vehicle.
Voertuig. Voertuig.
Verb.
Werkwoord. Werkwoord.
Vest.
Vase. Vase.
Waistcoat.
Onderbaadjie. Onderbaadjie.
Wake up.
Word wakker. Word wakker.
Wall.
Muur. Muur.
Want.
Wil. Wil.
Wash one's face.
Om een se gesig te was. Om een se gesig te was.
Washing machine.
Wasmachine. Wasmachine.
Watch.
Kyk. Kyk.
Watch.
Horlosie. Horlosie.
Water.
Water. Water.
Watermelon.
Waterlemoen. Waterlemoen.
Weather.
Weer. Weer.
Weather report.
Weerverslag. Weerverslag.
Weekend.
Naweek. Naweek.
Wheat.
Koring. Koring.
Whiskey.
Whisky. Whisky.
White.
Wit. Wit.
Whiteboard.
Witbord. Witbord.
Wife.
Vrou. Vrou.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Window.
Venster. Venster.
Windy.
Winderig. Winderig.
Wine.
Wyn. Wyn.
Winter.
Winter. Winter.
Wipes.
Afvee. Afvee.
Wireless.
Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Woman.
Vrou. Vrou.
Work.
Werk. Werk.
Wrinkle.
Plooi. Plooi.
Wrist.
Gewrig. Gewrig.
Write.
Skryf. Skryf.
Year.
Jaar. Jaar.
Yellow.
Geel. Geel.
Yesterday.
Gister.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the dialogue study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking.
Hi guys, it's me Christine, and we're here to do some Afrikaans on afrikaanspod101.com in today's lesson, 10 must-know autumn vocabulary. This is clearly a good one because we've done summer, we might have done winter, we've done spring, all the others. So this is the autumn one. Trui, sweater, trui, trui, sweater. Ek wil 'n nuwe trui koop. Ek wil 'n nuwe trui koop. I want to buy a new sweater. Lucky you, it's autumn time, so we're all catching up, like we're getting a little bit rid of the super summery clothes, getting a little bit more ready for winter, but we're a little bit in between, so we don't need all the woolly muffs and jackets and scarves and beanies and everything. Just a nice plain autumn sweater. A mooi trui that we can go buy anywhere, get the autumn colors, whatever's in this season. So yeah, go buy your nuwe trui. Reënerig, rainy. Reënerig, reënerig, rainy. Dit gaan môre reënerig wees. Dit gaan môre reënerig wees. It's going to be rainy tomorrow. Unfortunately, we've just bought a new trui. Now we're going to have to go buy a new rain jacket. But that's okay. We love rain, especially here in Cape Town where we are still in a drought and we are waiting for the rain. And actually, on today, me sitting here in this lovely sunny day, dit gaan môre reënerig wees. Winderig, windy. Winderig, winderig, windy. Die dag was baie winderig. Die dag was baie winderig. The day was very windy. Today, actually, as I'm sitting here, was very windy and it was very hard for me to find a spot where the camera wasn't going because of all the wind. So I found a little corner in the back garden where it's not too winderig for you guys so that we can do some Afrikaans. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Dit gaan cool wees oor die naweek. Dit gaan cool wees oor die naweek. It's going to be cool over the weekend. Now, I know some of you pun lovers might be thinking, yeah, it's going to be cool over the weekend because I'm cool, but we're talking about the weather here, okay? It's autumn and dit gaan cool wees oor die naweek means it's going to be a little bit chilly, but not too chilly for your sweater, but too chilly for short sleeves, but it's just cool. A bit in between. Not like a cool person because they're extreme. Herfst, autumn, herfst, herfst. Autumn. Die herfst het begin. Die herfst het begin. It is the beginning of autumn. It's the beginning of autumn. Yay! We're getting a little bit tired of going to the beach all day. Not me. But it's time to get the sweaters out. Get excited about wearing scarves and beanies. And as you can maybe tell, I'm not a very wintry person. But actually, it's quite nice when you're going through your cupboard and finding all these beautiful sweaters that you've had and you haven't seen them for seasons. And now you're like, oh, the herfst het begin. You can start wearing them again. Exciting. Verkoue. Cold. Verkoue. Verkoue. Cold. Ek is bang om verkoue te kry. Ek is bang om verkoue te kry. I'm scared of getting a cold. Now, here we go. This comes with the cold, is sometimes a cold. And you can feel it when you wake up in the morning and you're feeling a bit like, I've got a funny voice today. It's not fun. It's one of the least fun things about the change of weather. I mean, it's so nice to see the trees are changing, the leaves are falling, the colors of the leaves are changing. And everything around you is just blossoming into a new kind of climate. But unfortunately, it means our bodies are a little bit like struggling to adapt if we're not up to scratch with our immune boosters. And then you can get a cold. But luckily, thanks to modern day medicine, we've got lots of things to help with that. So if you are getting a verkoue, go to the pharmacy straight away. Langmouwhemp. Long sleeved shirt. Langmouwhemp. langmou hemp. Long-sleeved shirt. Jy moet 'n langmou hemp inpak. Jy moet 'n langmou hemp inpak. You should pack a long-sleeved shirt. This is exactly what my mom told me the other day when I went to visit family. I came from home where it was sunny and warm and it was kind of like a little bit of a summery day. So I was like, oh, lovely. My parents live by the beach. I should totally go to visit them. And then on my way, I was like, hey, Mom, I'm coming to visit. Do you need anything from the shop? And she's like, I really hope you packed a langmou hemp because it's cold here. To my surprise, I actually came to the wintry side of Cape Town. Yay for me. But luckily I did remember one or two langmou hemde. So next time, check the weather where you're going, not where you are, before you travel. Silly me. Halloween. 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 Ons gaan na 'n Halloween partytjie. Ons gaan na 'n Halloween partytjie. We are going to a Halloween party. So this one's very easy to remember because it's the same word in English and even pronounced the same in Afrikaans. So Halloween is so exciting for so many people. I think it's important to read up on about it because I think a lot of people celebrate it nowadays just because it's so much fun to dress up in such funny weirdnesses and go around like being all crazy for one night. But also it's quite interesting if you actually read up on what it's about and where it comes from. So next Halloween coming up this year, make sure you research it a bit and then remember to just go wild with your outfit because that's the funnest part of it all. Fallende blare. Falling leaves. Fallende blare. Fallende blare. Falling leaves. Die fallende blare is baie mooi. Die fallende blare is baie mooi. The falling leaves are very pretty. They sure are if you're an artist like me and you absolutely adore autumn time because it's going from green to like orangey to yellowy to browny to reddy, like depends what tree you're looking at. But wow, when they're falling and the tree starts becoming one of those like Harry Potter trees that moves, if you've ever seen Harry Potter, the ground is filling with all this beautiful color and then there's a big swish of wind and it just goes everywhere. Wow, die fallende blare for me is baie mooi. Blaar, leaf. Blaar, blaar, leaf. Daar is 'n blaar in jou hare. Daar is 'n blaar in jou hare. There is a leaf in your hair. Well, if you're like me, it's probably meant to be there. As you can tell, I like having like messy hair most of the time. So I often put a flower in there, put a leaf in there, whatever. I think it adds to the look and it's a little bit more naturey than everyday hair clips or whatever. But if you're not like me and someone tells you, daar is 'n blaar in jou hare, you should probably check it out and take it out because it'll irritate you as the day goes on. So we've come to the end of today's lesson of 10 must-know autumn vocabulary. I hope it's helped. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you love autumn as much as I do. Why don't you let us know in the comments below if you also love leaves going everywhere and the pretty colors, and if you bought a new sweater, show us a photo, or if you didn't like, let us know as well, please, because we like constructive criticism. And yeah, please enjoy these videos. I hope you're enjoying learning Afrikaans as much as I love teaching it. Keep studying on afrikaanspod101.com. Hi guys, it's Christine. We're here today in today's lesson, 20 words you'll need for the beach, which is obviously where I am right now. I don't have all those 20 things, but we'll go through the list and then you can keep your checklist for the next time you're heading to a beautiful place like this. Sonbrille, sunglasses. Sy het die mooiste sonbrille. She has the most beautiful sunglasses. She being me, I definitely do. They're very comfortable. It's really nice if you have this little string thing to keep them there, because then when you're on the beach, it's a kind of cloudy day like today, you don't really need them, but then every now and then the sun just peeps out at you and you just go, voila, I can see. But not today because it is cloudy and I don't really need them. Strand, beach. Ons gaan môre Durban strand toe. We're going to Durban Beach tomorrow. Well, if you are going to Durban Beach tomorrow, lucky you. That's the nicest place where the water is all nice and warm and you can swim in the sun, surrounded by lovely, wonderfully happy people. So if you're going to Durban Strand tomorrow, then you're a really lucky person. I'm not at Durban Strand and the sea here is a lot colder, so I won't be swimming today, but if you go, enjoy. Swim. Swimming. Ek swem in die see. I'm swimming in the sea. Clearly, like I just said, I'm not swimming in the sea today because it is freezing here. But if you're at the Durban Strand, then the sea is where you want to be. Son. Sun. Die son gaan jou brand. The sun is going to burn you. Well, the sun is quite strong in South Africa, so if you are planning on tanning, you better get that sun cream out because it will burn you. You'll get nice and brown maybe if it's nice, if you've got a strong skin, but it's better to be safe than sorry because no one wants a sunburn. It's very, very painful and itchy when you go to bed. Palmboom. Palm tree. Sy sit onder die palmboom. She's sitting under the palm tree. She, being me, isn't sitting under a palm tree, but if you're at the Durban Strand, there's probably a couple of palm trees around, and you know there's lovely tropical beaches and there's lots of pineapples or coconuts or things. If you're in one of those places, you can definitely be using this word, palmboom, and maybe you can go sit under one and then you can be the she sitting under the palm tree. Seeskulp. Seashell. Dit is a pink seeskulp. This is a pink seashell. Well, as you can see, I do not have a pink seashell to show you. At the moment, it was very rough high tide here last night, so all the shells are a little bit under the sand and all over the place, and I couldn't really find a nice pink one to show you today. But I challenge you to go find me one and let me know later in the comments if you found a beautiful pink seashell, a beautiful pink seeskulp. Swembroek. Swimsuit. Ek het 'n nuwe swembroek gekoop. I bought a new swimsuit. I did buy a new swimsuit at the beginning of the year when it was full-time summer blazing in the sun all day, every day. Right now I'm not going to show you my swimsuit because like I said before, it's super cold here and it's not my time to swim. But it might be yours, so go get your new swembroek and get in that water and splash around. Oceaan. Ocean. Die oceaan is mooi en blou vandag. The ocean is nice and blue today. Well, it is. I mean, I don't know if you can see very well, but it's beautiful and blue. A lot of those times where it's like spring tide or something and then the water goes all murky and brown and reddy, but not today and not most of the time. So if you're at the ocean, if you're at the strand, have a look at the sea, see what color it is. Try to decipher what shade of blue it is. I love playing that game. And then you get everyone around you to say a color and then you actually search the color and see which one of you got the closest one. I never win. But it's quite nice to notice the little things. So notice the actual color of the ocean water or the sand around you or even the plants and things on the tree. Like notice what their little leaves look like, what the little bird walking on the sand's little feet look like. These little details really add to having the most wonderful, fulfilling beach day experience. So check out the sea, check if it's blue, and if it is, then the oceaan is mooi and blou. Waterpony, jet ski. My seun wil graag op die waterpony ry. My son would really like to go on the jet ski. Jet skis are quite dangerous things, but they are super, super fun if you get to ride one. So you must always just be sure that the waves aren't too crazy, there's not too much going on around you, and if you have the lucky chance to go on a waterpony, then enjoy it. Don't go wild. We all want to live to tell the tale. But if you do get to, you're very lucky. Make sure you have fun, make sure you're safe, and then come back and tell us all about it. Strandhanddoek. Beach towel. My strandhanddoek is nog nat. My beach towel is still wet. Well, I have my beach towel here today, and it's not still wet. And one funky thing about beach towels is they're not like all the towels we have at home. They're colorful, they have lots of patterns, and the fun thing is, if your swembroek isn't so colorful and you decided to just go for the plain black one or plain yellow one, you can always jazz up your beach look by having a funky towel or a funky bag or a funky hat or funky sunglasses, zonbrille. So that's one great thing about the strand experience. You always have these colors and patterns and just add them all together and make your look unique, which is great and beautiful and fun and attracts lots of people. Strandstoel, beach chair. Ek het 'n groen strandstoel gekoop. I bought a green beach chair. I don't have a beach chair here today, unfortunately, but they are great if you don't like sand and you don't like getting the sand all in your legs and your feet when you're sitting down or on your towel, and every time you come back to your towel you have to get off all the sand, and then the sand goes in your friend's eyes, and then blah blah blah, just all craziness. One way to avoid that is getting a strandstoel. You can sit comfortably, you're not too sandy, but you're sandy enough to still say you're on the beach. So if you're one of those people who doesn't like the sand in the air and all the go get a groen strandstoel or another color, but green ones are nice and you'll fit in with the nature around you. Sandkasteel, sandcastle. Die kinders bou 'n sandkasteel. The children are building a sandcastle. Who doesn't love building sandcastles on the beach? You don't have to be a child to do it. I actually did it yesterday with a little kid, so I was playing with him, but I think I was the one enjoying it more than he was. You can build big ones, small ones, lots of little ones, add them all together. You can make those drippy ones with wet sand. Like, sandcastles are endless creations of fun and creativity. So if you don't like building one with a bucket and a spade and all that stuff, and you're one of the looser creative types, you can use your hands, use tools. The best thing about sand is you can do almost anything with it. So go, when you're next to the beach, go make a spectacularly amazing sandkasteel and show your friends, take a photo, post it on Instagram, do whatever. But most of all, before doing all those things, just enjoy it. It's such a nice thing to just play with your hands and do things and make things, and it's such a nice stress relief. So not only are you in the sun, having fun, swimming in your nuwe swembroek, using your hands, stress relief, creativity. It's just, what a better way to spend your day at the beach than making sandkasteel. Gety, tide. Die gety is baie hoog vandag. The tide is very high today. Well, actually, it's not where I am right now. It's actually quite low tide, but yesterday it was such a hoog gety. I came to the beach and we could only walk on like this much sand because there was so much water everywhere. And sometimes it's nice to be here at low tide because there's lots of sand for you to walk on and play on and run on and do whatever you want to do on the beach. But actually, it's also really nice to come in the hoog gety because then you're seeing all the little bubbles and all the little snails that come out of the ocean, and the whole beach becomes alive because there's so much life in the water that's now surrounding the beach that you're usually running on. So it's quite cool that it changes so much in one day, but that space of sand is enjoyed by not only us when it's low tide, but also by all the little sea creatures living in the sea sand that we don't really notice until it's hoog gety and they come out and swim and play and whatever. So it's quite a cool thought to think of, don't you think? Tan. Ek het 'n lekker tan gekry. I got a nice tan. Well, thank you. I mean, I hope I did. I don't know. I didn't spend too much time in the sun this summer because it was a super hot one and I didn't want to damage my skin. But it's always nice when you've spent the whole day at the beach and you come home and you're not so like red like a lobster, but actually you think you've like got some color and it looks good and people are complimenting you, and it's a great feeling. So just make sure that when you are in the sun, you're tanning and not burning, because it doesn't feel the same. The response is not quite the same. People laughing at you instead of winking at you or whatever the positive thing is. So just make sure it's a tan and not a burn. Snorkel. Snorkeling. Ons gaan almal môre snorkel. We're all going snorkeling tomorrow. Lucky you. How cool, like all the little creatures I was talking about earlier that live in the ocean, in the shallow waters, in the little rock pools. If you've got a snorkel, you definitely have to go check them out because you can see what they like doing, all the little anemones and the little mussels. And if you've got a snorkel, you must definitely gaan snorkel môre. Plakkie. Flip-flop. Sy het haar plakkie verloor. She lost her flip-flop. Shame, poor girl, because I have mine here. They're the two saving graces of the beach day. You never really use them, so they're kind of annoying while you're on the strand. But before and after, while you're walking to the car or walking to the home or wherever you're coming from, they help you on the rocky, gravelly roads. And they save you until you get to the soft, silky sand. Sonskerm. Sunscreen. My man het die sonskerm gebring. My husband brought the sun cream. What a nice guy. Like I said earlier, we want to tan, we don't want to burn. So we got to make sure that someone, if you don't have a husband, that's okay. Just make sure someone, or you even, remember the sun cream. Remember to put it on a little while before you come into the sun, because otherwise, ouchie lobster time tonight. Bikini. Bikini. Bikinis is altyd in die mode. Bikinis are always in fashion. They are. I actually did a study on bikinis the other day, and we learned how over time they've gone from being a full swimsuit to being a two-piece, to being a big and a small piece, to being a two smaller pieces, and they seem to always be getting smaller. I wonder who's designing them. But anyway, they are nice if you want to get a tan and not a burn. They are nice if you want to get some color. They're nice for some freedom, and you have complete looseness about your body, and you can swim and feel the water. They're great things. Just make sure that you're wearing them right and for the right reasons. But they are beautiful, and if you've got the body, flaunt it. Roomys. Ice cream. Arbei roomys is die lekkerste. Strawberry ice cream is the nicest. That is actually my favorite ice cream flavor, or milkshake flavor, even better when you mush it all together into a drink. But what a good beach it is if there's little stalls selling ice cream and it's such a hot day in the sun, you're all sweaty and all you want is something cold, but unfortunately you've got the cooler box with all the koeldranke. So now what are you going to do? You're going to buy an ice cream. What's your favorite flavor? Strawberry ice cream. Ice cream on the beach, roomys op die strand, is the best solution to the sticky uncomfortableness of the hot sun. Sand. Sand. Ek het sand in my skoene. I have sand in my shoes. Well, if you've got plakkies, you're not going to have sand in your shoes because they're just going to fall off, obviously. But it's the main ingredient for those sandkastele that you want to build, so it's always good to have them. Not great to have them in your schooner, but sand is the thing that makes the beach day the beach day. Whether it's flying around and irritating you on your towel, whether it's in your schooner, whether it's in your roomys, whether you're using it to build a sandcastle, a sandkasteel, it's the main ingredient. So look at it, appreciate it. Notice the color, notice the granules, notice the little seeskulpe in it. Just basically enjoy your beach day using all these 20 words. So we've come to the end of the lesson today. I hope those 20 words were relevant to your beach day and that you'll use them the next time you go. And I hope that you go soon because the beach day is the best day. Best beach day, duh. Enjoy!
Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
Learning to carry a conversation is vital to mastery of any language. Even beginners can quickly learn conversational language well enough to carry on real conversations with native speakers. Of course, beginners won't be able to carry a conversation the same way they could in their native language. But just knowing a few tips, like which questions to ask to keep a conversation going, are all you need to speak and interact with real native speakers. Before we get to specific suggestions, let's first take a closer look at how having real conversations in your target language is so vital to your mastery of the language. Communicating with other people is the very point of language, and conversation comes easily in our native tongue. For beginners or anyone learning a new language, conversations aren't easy at all, and even simple greetings can be intimidating and awkward. Nothing kills a conversation faster than long periods of awkward silence, so you need practice and specific strategies to avoid them. When you know what to say to keep a conversation going, communication becomes much easier, and you make a better impression on your listener. Nothing will help you learn to speak a language faster and truly master the language than having real conversations with native speakers. Conversations quickly expose you to slang, cultural expressions, and vocabulary that force you to absorb and assimilate information faster than any educational setting. And that's a great thing. But how can you possibly have real conversations with real people if you're just starting out? Here are 3 proven methods that even beginners can quickly use to learn conversational language to make a great impression and avoid awkward silences. First, ask questions to keep a conversation going. For beginners and even more advanced speakers, the key is to ask questions to keep a conversation going. Of course, they can't be just random questions, or else you may confuse the listener. But by memorizing a few key questions and the appropriate time to use them, you can easily carry a conversation with minimal vocabulary or experience. And remember, the more conversations you have, the quicker you will learn and master the language. Second, learn core vocabulary terms as quickly as possible. You don't need to memorize thousands of words to learn conversational language. In fact, with just a couple hundred words, you could have a very basic conversation. And by learning maybe 1,000 to 2,000 words, you could carry a conversation with a native speaker about current events, order in restaurants, and even get directions. To help you get started with this, check out our 2,000 common words, also known as our core list. These 2,000 words are all you need to learn to speak fluently and carry a conversation with a native speaker. Third, study video or audio lessons that you can play and replay again and again. If you want to know how to carry on a conversation, then you need exposure to native speakers, and the more, the better. Studying video or audio lessons is ideal because they provide contextualized learning in your native language, and you can play them again and again until you achieve mastery. Our instructors have created more than 2,500 video and audio lessons that you can play over and over. And the best part is, they don't just teach you vocabulary and grammar. They are designed to help you learn to speak and teach you practical everyday topics like shopping, ordering, and more. Although it may seem intimidating for a beginner, the truth is that it's very easy to learn conversational language. Just learn a few core vocabulary terms and which questions to ask to keep a conversation going. Our language learning program has the world's largest online collection of video and audio lessons by real instructors. Plus, tons of advanced tools to help you learn to speak and carry on a conversation quickly. Just a little practice and exposure to real conversations or lessons is all it really takes. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hello, I'm back. It's me, Christine, and today's lesson, the 10 hardest words to pronounce in Afrikaans. So it's going to be a difficult one, and remember to get those mouth muscles moving because we're going to be using them quite a bit in this lesson today.
Goeie. Goeie. Good.
Dit is goeie nuus. That is good news. This one's hard to say because it's got the ch sound that's so popular in Afrikaans language. Just pretend that you're really angry or irritated at something and you're going, ugh, and then keep that sound and go, goeie, goeie. And it's a goeie thing to learn it because it's used all the time.
Nuus. Nuus. News.
Ek het baie goeie nuus. I have very good news. I hope you have very goeie nuus to tell me because if you do, it means you've learned the ch and the nuus, which is what makes that word a bit harder than others. So this one is u. You're making this weird shape with your mouth. U. Goeie nuus.
Gebruik. Gebruik. Use.
Kan ek jou kar gebruik? Can I use your car? This one's a little bit as awkward as that question because you don't really want to give someone else your car just in case something happens, but you do because you're a nice person and they're your friend. So this is that word. You really want to learn it because it's the word for using any word. So the word is gebruik, the ch sound as before, and now we've added a new sound, ui. Ui. Gebruik.
Rak. Rak. Shelf.
Die rak is vol stof. The shelf is full of dust. This word it doesn't have the ch that we've been talking about, but now we've got a new sound in Afrikaans that a lot of people in different languages struggle with a little bit, and it's the rrr, as if your tongue is jumping up and down in your mouth. Rrr, rak.
Môre. Môre. Morning.
Ek gaan môre kom kuier. I'm going to come visit tomorrow. This one has a r like before. It's a little bit easier, but you have to remember to read môre, because in English it's spelled like more. So don't say more, say môre. And the older generations of Afrikaans people, they might say it a little bit differently, and they sometimes say môre, but it's more commonly used as môre.
Lekker. Lekker. Nice. Delicious.
Die kos is baie lekker. This food is very nice. This word is a must. You must learn how to say this word. Lekker. Lekker. Because it is used all the time in South Africa. Everything is lekker. Not just the kos that we were just talking about. The weather is lekker. The party was lekker. The drink is lekker. My friends are lekker. It's just a word that we use all the time. So it's definitely lekker to know the word lekker.
Rol. Rol. Roll.
Die pen het gerol. The pen rolled. This one is funny because roll, all you have to do is roll your tongue on your mouth, so it makes the r sound like before. Roll. It's quite nice to say, actually, if you say it a couple of times in a row. Roll.
Gek. Gek. Crazy.
Die man is gek om te spring. The man is crazy to jump. You're saying that because you're watching some bungee jumping show or someone jumping out of an airplane. They are gek. And gek is also a bit of a gek word to know because it's like the ch sound and the ek, which means me. So it's like you're saying you are gek, but you're not really. But it's a gek word. It's a gek lekker word. Crazy nice word.
Lach. Lach. Laugh.
Ek lag elke dag vir my hond. I laugh at my dog every day. Lach is such a lekker word. To laugh it's the greatest thing ever. So it's important to learn this word because maybe learning how to say it will make you laugh, and then you'll have a happy memory and remember the word, and it's a win-win situation.
Raas. Raas. Noise.
Die bure raas baie. The neighbors are very noisy. Just like me sitting here in the park today, where there's a lot of people around me having picnics and everything, and there's quite a lot of noise going on, but at least the raas isn't too much for me to make this lovely video and teach you some Afrikaans. So raas. So we've made it to the end of the 10 hardest words to pronounce in Afrikaans. If you haven't managed them, that's okay. They're very hard, and like I said, they're the 10 hardest. So keep on trying, keep using that mouth and say all those things, say it weirdly in the mirror. Look at your mouth when you're saying them, and that sometimes helps because it helps your muscle memory to remember how to do them. And if you know any other words that you found that are hard to pronounce, put them in the comments below. Like these videos, please subscribe, and just keep learning Afrikaans with afrikaanspod101.com.
'n Vrou pas 'n rok aan en praat met die winkelassistent. Watter rok gaan sy koop?
Dit lyk pragtig aan u. en pas perfek.
Ja, dit pas, maar ek dra gewoonlik sagte klere. Ek is nie gewoond aan die tipe patroon nie.
Wel, ek dink u lyk fantasties.
Regtig? Nog steeds. Dit gaan baie moed vat vir my om dit te dra.
Wat van die rok dan? Die patroon is baie sagter. U sal nie so flashy voel nie.
Jy is reg. Laat ek dit probeer.
Pas dit aan. Wat dink mevrou?
Hierdie een pas my baie beter as die vorige een. Het julle ook 'n langmou weergawe van hierdie ontwerp?
Ja, ons het.
Dankie, ek sal dit koop. Watter rok gaan sy koop? ‘n Vrou pas 'n rok aan en praat met die winkelassistent. Watter rok gaan sy koop?
Dit lyk pragtig aan u. En pas perfek.
Ja, dit pas, maar ek dra gewoonlik sagte klere. Ek is nie gewoond aan die tipe patroon nie.
Wel, ek dink u lyk fantasties.
Regtig? Nog steeds. Dit gaan baie moed vat vir my om dit te dra.
Wat van die rok dan? Die patroon is baie sagter. U sal nie so flashy voel nie.
Jy is reg. Laat ek dit probeer.
Pas dit aan. Wat dink mevrou?
Hierdie een pas my baie beter as die vorige een. Het julle ook 'n langmou weergawe van hierdie ontwerp?
Ja, ons het.
Dankie, ek sal dit koop. 'n Man en sy vrou kyk na grondplanne. Watter woonstel gaan hulle na kyk? Wat van die een? Dit het 'n pragtige groot leefkamer.
Ek hou van 'n groot leefkamer, maar ek wil graag 'n parkeerplek ook hê.
Kom ons kyk. Wat van hierdie een?
Ja, dis pragtig. Sal ons na die een gaan kyk?
Wag 'n oomblik. Is die kas nie 'n bietjie te klein nie?
Goeie punt. Dit lyk nie of daar 'n perfekte een is nie. Wag, wat van hierdie een?
Dit het alles wat ons nodig het, nie waar nie? En die kas is taamlik groot. Kom ons gaan kyk na die een.
OK.
Watter woonstel gaan hulle na kyk? ‘n Man en sy vrou kyk na grondplanne. Watter woonstel gaan hulle na kyk? Wat van die een? Dit het 'n pragtige groot leefkamer.
Ek hou van 'n groot leefkamer, maar ek wil graag 'n parkeerplek ook hê.
Kom ons kyk. Wat van hierdie een?
Ja, dis pragtig. Sal ons na die een gaan kyk?
Wag 'n oomblik. Is die kas nie 'n bietjie te klein nie?
Goeie punt. Dit lyk nie of daar 'n perfekte een is nie. Wag, wat van hierdie een?
Dit het alles wat ons nodig het, nie waar nie? En die kas is taamlik groot. Kom ons gaan kyk na die een.
OK.
'n Manlike en vroulike student kyk na verskillende werksposisies. Watter werk gaan die vroulike student voor aansoek doen? Hey, wat dink jy van hierdie werk? Die uurlike salaris is redelik hoog.
Natuurlik. Die salaris lyk fantasties. Maar kan jy regtig 'n koerantaflewering roete hanteer?
Natuurlik, ek is baie goed met fietsry, maar ek is bekommerd oor vroeg opstaan.
Wat van hierdie een? Die salaris is nie so hoog nie, maar jy kan 2 tot 3 dae 'n week werk en in die aand begin werk.
Hierdie een, 'n supermarkkassier. Wel, dit sou goed wees om na skool te werk.
Die een in die koffiewinkel kan ook goed wees.
O ja, ek is mal oor daardie plek. En dis op die pad skool toe.
Nie sleg nie, né?
Watter een moet ek aansoek voordoen?
Tussen watter 2 moet jy kies? Die koffiewinkel en die koerantafleweringsroete?
Ja, die salaris van die koerantafleweringroete is regtig fantasties. OK, ek het my besluit gemaak. Ek gaan maar net vroeg moet opstaan. Watter werk gaan die vroulike student voor aansoek doen? 'n manlike en vroulike student kyk na verskillende werksposisies. Watter werk gaan die vroulike student voor aansoek doen? Hey, wat dink jy van hierdie werk? Die uurlike salaris is redelik hoog.
Natuurlik. Die salaris lyk fantasties. Maar kan jy regtig 'n koerantaflewering roete hanteer?
Natuurlik, ek is baie goed met fietsry, maar ek is bekommerd oor vroeg opstaan.
Wat van hierdie een? Die salaris is nie so hoog nie, maar jy kan 2 tot 3 dae 'n week werk en in die aand begin werk.
Ooh, hierdie een, 'n supermarkkassier. Wel, dit sou goed wees om na skool te werk.
Die een in die koffiewinkel kan ook goed wees.
O ja, ek is mal oor daardie plek. En dis op die pad skool toe.
Nie sleg nie, né?
Watter een moet ek aansoek voordoen?
Tussen watter twee moet jy kies? Die koffiewinkel en die koerantafleweringsroete?
Ja, die salaris van die koerantafleweringroete is regtig fantasties. OK, ek het my besluit gemaak. Ek gaan maar net vroeg moet opstaan. 'n man is besig om 'n bespreking te maak by die hotel. Watter kamer gaan hy in bly? Seaside Hotel, hoe kan ek u help?
Hallo, ek wil graag oorbly vir 'n nag op 22 September.
Sekerlik, 1 nag op 22 September. Hoeveel mense?
2.
Wil u graag 'n rook of nie-rookkamer bespreek, meneer?
Nie rook.
Die enigste nie-rookkamer wat op die dag beskikbaar is 'n kamer met 'n uitsig op die berg. Sal dit u pas, meneer?
Wel, ek het eintlik gehoop op 'n kamer met 'n uitsig op die see.
Ek is jammer, maar die enigste kamer met 'n uitsig op die see wat beskikbaar is die dag, is 'n rookkamer.
Ek sien. Is daar 'n nie-rook see-uitsigkamer beskikbaar op die 23ste September?
Ja, daar is.
Goed, ons bly dan die 23ste September oor.
Watter kamer gaan hy in bly? ‘n man is besig om 'n bespreking te maak by die hotel. Watter kamer gaan hy in bly? Seaside Hotel, hoe kan ek u help?
Hallo, ek wil graag oorbly vir 'n nag op 22 September.
Sekerlik, 1 nag op 22 September. Hoeveel mense?
2.
Wil u graag 'n rook of nie-rookkamer bespreek, meneer?
Nie rook.
Die enigste nie-rookkamer wat op die dag beskikbaar is 'n kamer met 'n uitsig op die berg. Sal dit u pas, meneer?
Wel, ek het eintlik gehoop op 'n kamer met 'n uitsig op die see.
Ek is jammer, maar die enigste kamer met 'n uitsig op die see wat beskikbaar is die dag, is 'n rookkamer.
Ek sien. Is daar 'n nie-rook see-uitsigkamer beskikbaar op die 23ste September?
Ja, daar is.
Goed, ons bly dan die 23ste September oor.
'n Vrou is besig om met haar haarstylist te praat. Hoe wil sy haar hare verander?
Hallo, kan ek jou help?
Hi, ek het om 3 ure afspraak.
Ag ja, welkom juffrou Richa. Volg my asseblief. Wat kan ek vandag vir u doen?
Ek wil graag my haarstyl 'n bietjie verander.
OK, hoe lank wil jy dit hê?
Omtrent skouerlengte.
OK, en wat van jou kuif?
Hou my kuif.
Reguit af of na die kant toe gekam?
'n Bietjie na die kant toe.
Watter kant?
Miskien 'n bietjie links van die middel.
Goed so. Ons sal begin met 'n shampoo. Volg my asseblief.
Hoe wil sy haar hare verander? 'n Vrou is besig om met haar haarstylist te praat. Hoe wil sy haar hare verander?
Hallo, kan ek jou help?
Hi, ek het om 3 ure afspraak.
Ag ja, welkom juffrou Richa. Volg my asseblief. Wat kan ek vandag vir u doen?
Ek wil graag my haarstyl 'n bietjie verander.
OK, hoe lank wil jy dit hê?
Omtrent skouerlengte.
OK, en wat van jou kuif?
Hou my kuif.
Reguit af of na die kant toe gekam?
'n Bietjie na die kant toe.
Watter kant?
Miskien 'n bietjie links van die middel.
Goed so. Ons sal begin met 'n shampoo. Volg my asseblief.
Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
Hello, it's Christine again. We're here today again in 10 phrases that you never want to hear. Ish. So these are all going to be very negative. I'm really sorry, I don't want to offend anyone, but when I'm saying these things, I'm not saying them to you. I'm just telling you them so that when someone says them to you, you know that you should probably act in a scared or sorry way because you don't want to know these things.
Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight recently?
Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight lately? It's quite a harsh thing to say to someone, something you should learn but not say. Know it so that if someone tells you, you can be like, no, I haven't, thanks, and it's got nothing to do with you anyway. And if you have, who cares? Like, love yourself, love your body, and ignore people who ask you if you've picked up weight.
Jy het 'n grys haar. Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair.
Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair. This is quite scary, especially if you're getting a little bit older, but not that much older, and you're finding a grys haar, and you're like, my life is going so quickly. But it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Just pluck it out, or dye it, or actually just own it. Go grey. Grey is the new black. Well, I don't know. It's grey is the new grey, but own it. Own yourself, own your body, own your hair, own everything. It's making you a happier person that way.
Ek het jou gesê. Ek het jou gesê. I told you so.
Ek het jou gesê. I told you so. Hate hearing this from people because it means you were wrong. And ek het jou gesê, it sounds so condescending. But if you're the one to say it, you're feeling a little bit better. So I guess it's one to learn and hopefully use.
Jy is afgedank. Jy is afgedank. You're fired.
Jy is afgedank. You are fired. So this one is quite terrible. No one really wants to hear that. And unfortunately in Afrikaans it doesn't even have that punch, like yes, afgedank doesn't really sound as much as you're fired. But if someone says that to you, I'm really sorry. Good luck finding a new job. And maybe ask why so that you can change something, I guess.
Dit is nie jy nie, dis ek. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me.
Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me. Another one that we definitely don't want to hear if you're in a relationship and they're ending things with you or telling you something and it's not you, it's me. Ugh, you're right. It probably is you, but they're just trying to be polite. But if you're using this one, maybe don't. Like, learn it in Afrikaans. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. But don't use it in that way because most of the time it's just something that softens the blow, but it doesn't really actually do that.
Dankie vir jou CV. Ons het die posisie gevul. Dankie vir jou CV. Ons het die posisie gevul. Thank you for your resume. However, the position has been filled.
Dankie vir jou CV. Ons het die posisie gevul. Thank you for your resume. However, the position's already been filled. Unfortunately, you've just been fired and now you're trying to find a new job and they're telling you that there's no more new job left and you're just not in a great space. And I'm really sorry if you're in this space. I'm just wishing you all the best of luck and hopefully you never have to hear these things. I'm sorry.
Ons moet ander mense sien. Ons moet ander mense sien. We should see other people.
Ons moet ander mense sien. We should see other people. This is almost as bad as the it's not you, it's me thing, except it's a little bit more open and honest and just telling people how you feel. So I guess if you're in that position, remember how to say, ons moet ander mense sien.
Ek het nie jou geld vandag nie. Ek het nie jou geld vandag nie. I don't have your money today.
Ek het nie jou geld vandag nie. I don't have your money today. That sucks if it's the end of the month and you've kind of run through all your spendings have been high and you've run through all your savings and your boss tells you that they don't have your geld vandag and it sucks and means you're going to have to be living on rice or popcorn or something for a couple of days. I mean, I've been there. But yeah, not a great one to hear either. These things are making me feel like life's very hard right now.
Ons moet praat. Ons moet praat. We need to talk.
Ons moet praat. We need to talk. Here's another one of those relationship shooters that we really don't like to hear. Even though sometimes they can be positive, you know, like we need to talk about moving in together or something like that. But since we're in this list, we're going to assume that ons moet praat means that we're going to be seeing other people or something along those unfortunate lines.
Jou kar is gesteel. Jou kar is gesteel. Your car is stolen.
Jou kar is gesteel. Your car is stolen. Definitely don't want to hear that one ever. It's a lot of money and a lot of issues and a lot of admin to get that fixed and get it back or get it found or get a new one or insurance or like, there's so many things that come with this stupid little sentence of jou kar is gesteel. So pay a car guard or park in a parking lot or try not to put your car in a place where it can be stolen. So we've come to the end of today's lesson, finally, of 10 things that you never want to hear. Hopefully you never hear those things. I'm really sorry if you do. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever been told any of those things, whether in Afrikaans or in another language, and how you responded, what you did, and maybe you can motivate some other people to not have such a negative response to these negative sayings. And I'm really sorry, but they're good to know in life. So yeah, comment, subscribe, like, and remember to do Afrikaans with afrikaanspod101.com.
Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minuten, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Hi, I'm Anne-Marie. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Afrikaans expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Afrikaans. We'll start speaking right away, but first it's important to clarify that in Afrikaans, there are different greetings depending on the situation. Let's first see how Afrikaners introduce themselves in a casual situation. Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Hi, I'm Anne-Marie. Nice to meet you. Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Start by saying, hallo, ek is, then say your name. For example, hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Finally, say aangename kennis. Again, all together, it is, hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Now, let's see that same sentence in a more formal context. Goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. Good day, I am Anne-Marie Luck. Pleasure to meet you. Goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. Let's try that again. G. Try pronouncing it from the back of your throat. Goeiedag, goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. So, what has actually changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a closer look at these expressions together. Hallo has been substituted with the formal greeting goeiedag, which is Afrikaans for good day. Ek is Anne-Marie has not been changed. Ek is simply means I am. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name. So I said Anne-Marie Luck. Here, you would say your full name. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Afrikaans is Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. The more formal way to introduce yourself is Goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands, usually with a short but firm handshake. If you're not sure whether to use hallo or goeiedag, just say hallo, as this expression can be used in all introductions. If you use the correct sentence with a friendly smile and a good handshake, Afrikaners will definitely be impressed. That's it for this lesson.
Woon jy weer in South Africa?
Ja, ek woon weer hier. Ek woon weer in Pretoria.
In die sentrum?
Ja, en waar woon jy?
Ek woon ook in Pretoria.
Werk jy in die sentrum?
Ja, ek werk hier. Waar werk jy?
Ek werk van die huis af.
'n Man en 'n vrou gesels. Hoe oud is die man nou? Jou verjaarsdag is binnekort.
Ja, dis oormôre.
Hoe oud word jy?
Ek word 60.
Veels geluk. Kom ons vier dit.
Baie dankie. Ek is baie dankbaar.
Hoe oud is die man nou? Een man en 'n vrou gesels. Hoe oud is die man nou? Jou verjaarsdag is binnekort.
Ja, dis oormôre.
Hoe oud word jy?
Ek word 60.
Veels geluk. Kom ons vier dit.
Baie dankie. Ek is baie dankbaar.
'n Man en 'n vrou gesels. Hoeveel mense in totaal kom na die partytjie toe?
Die partytjie is môre.
Wie kom na die partytjie toe?
2 van ons. 2 vriende van my en die onderwyser.
Dit maak 5.
O, die onderwyser bring sy vrou saam.
Heeltemal reg. Hoeveel mense in totaal kom na die partytjie toe? Een man en 'n vrou gesels. Hoeveel mense in totaal kom na die partytjie toe?
Die partytjie is môre.
Wie kom na die partytjie toe?
2 van ons. 2 vriende van my en die onderwyser.
Dit maak 5.
O, die onderwyser bring sy vrou saam.
Heeltemal reg.
Hallo, my naam is Pieter. Wat is jou naam?
Hallo Pieter, my naam is Zani.
Dis gaaf om jou te ontmoet.
Jou ook. 'n Man en sy vrou doen inkopies op die internet. Wanneer sal die stofsuier afgelewer word? Hey, wat dink jy van die stofsuier?
Ek dink dit lyk goed. Gaan jy dit bestel?
Ja, ek gaan. Dit sal 3 of 4 dae neem om afgelewer te word.
Ons moet die dag kies. Wat van volgende Saterdag?
Ons gaan vroeg Saterdagoggend tennis speel.
O, dis reg. Dan is Sondag beter?
OK, ek sal dit dan so doen. Hey, moenie vergeet om Vrydag aand vroeg huis toe te kom nie, want ons moet Saterdag vroeg vertrek.
Ek weet.
Wanneer sal die stofsuier afgelewer word? Een man en sy vrou doen inkopies op die internet. Wanneer sal die stofsuier afgelewer word? Hey, Wat dink jy van die stofsuier?
Ek dink dit lyk goed. Gaan jy dit bestel?
Ja, ek gaan. Dit sal 3 of 4 dae neem om afgelewer te word.
Ons moet die dag kies. Wat van volgende Saterdag?
Ons gaan vroeg Saterdagoggend tennis speel.
O, dis reg. Dan is Sondag beter?
OK, ek sal dit dan so doen. Hey, moenie vergeet om Vrydag aand vroeg huis toe te kom nie, want ons moet Saterdag vroeg vertrek.
Ek weet. Hallo Anet, hoe gaan dit?
Hallo Mika. Goed, dankie. Hoe gaan dit met jou?
Goed, dankie.
Hoe gaan dit met Jan?
Heel goed, en met Bert en die kinders?
Ook goed.
Wat 'n verrassing.
Ja. 'n Man en 'n vrou gesels. Na watter klok kyk hulle en hoe laat is dit?
Weet jy hoe laat dit is?
Ek is jammer. Ek het vandag my horlosie vergeet.
Ek sien. Ek is bekommerd of ons betyds gaan wees vir die trein.
O, daar is 'n klok by die stasie ingang.
Goed. O nee, die trein kom oor 5 minute.
Dit is die 10-uur trein, reg?
Ja, ons moet opskit.
Na watter klok kyk hulle en hoe laat is dit? 'n Man en 'n vrou gesels. Na watter klok kyk hulle en hoe laat is dit?
Weet jy hoe laat dit is?
Ek is jammer. Ek het vandag my horlosie vergeet.
Ek sien. Ek is bekommerd of ons betyds gaan wees vir die trein.
O, daar is 'n klok by die stasie ingang.
Goed. O nee, die trein kom oor 5 minute.
Dit is die 10-uur trein, reg?
Ja, ons moet opskit.
Ek is op pad na 'n koffiewinkel.
Goeie idee. Ek is lus vir 'n tee. Is jou man ook in Durban?
Ja, Bert het gister gekom.
Is hy nou in 'n sentrum?
Ja, ons werk albei in die sentrum.
Werk julle elke dag?
Bert werk elke dag en ek werk deeltyds. 'n Man en 'n vrou gesels terwyl hulle kyk na 'n foto. Watter een is die vrou se jonger broer?
Ek het gehoor jy het 'n tweelingbroer. Ek het dit nie geweet nie.
Ja, maar mense sê ons lyk nie na mekaar nie. Sien, my broer is in hierdie foto, maar kan jy sê watter een is hy?
Wel, ek sien nie enigiemand wat lyk soos jy nie. Dalk hierdie een met die kep?
Nee, nie daardie een nie. Hy het swart hare, net soos myne.
Wel, dan hierdie lang een?
Nee, hy is nie so lank nie.
Ek kan hom steeds nie vind nie. Julle lyk regtig nie na mekaar nie.
Ek weet. Dalk maak die bril dit moeiliker.
Bril? Dan hierdie een, tweede van links.
Jy het dit. Lyk ek soos hy?
Nee, nie regtig nie.
Watter een is die vrou se jonger broer? ‘n Man en ‘n vrou gesels terwyl hulle kyk na ‘n foto. Watter een is die vrou se jonger broer?
Ek het gehoor jy het 'n tweelingbroer. Ek het dit nie geweet nie.
Ja, maar mense sê ons lyk nie na mekaar nie. Sien, my broer is in hierdie foto, maar kan jy sê watter een is hy?
Wel, ek sien nie enigiemand wat lyk soos jy nie. Dalk hierdie een met die kep?
Nee, nie daardie een nie. Hy het swart hare, net soos myne.
Wel, dan hierdie lang een?
Nee, hy is nie so lank nie.
Ek kan hom steeds nie vind nie. Julle lyk regtig nie na mekaar nie.
Ek weet. Dalk maak die bril dit moeiliker.
Bril? Dan hierdie een, tweede van links.
Jy het dit. Lyk ek soos hy?
Nee, nie regtig nie.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time. Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So, access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the dialogue study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hallo almal, ek is Anne-Marie. Hi everybody, I'm Anne-Marie. Welcome to AfrikaansPod101.com's Afrikaans in 3 minuten, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Afrikaans. In the last lesson, you learned how to thank people by saying dankie. In this lesson, you'll learn some of the most common greetings used when speaking Afrikaans. Is jy reg? Are you ready? Let's start. The most commonly used informal greeting is hallo. Hallo. Hallo means hi or hello. We can use this greeting with friends or relatives. Hallo. The most used formal greetings changes depending on the time of day. Let's see what they are. First we have goeiedag. Literally, goeiedag means good day. Goeiedag. As a rule of thumb, we can use goeiedag only during the daytime from late morning until early evening. Next is the greeting we say only for the morning. Goeiemorgen. Goeiemorgen. For the afternoon, we say goeiemiddag. Goeiemiddag. During the evening, we say goeienaand. Goeienaand. Goed is Afrikaans for good. Môre, middag, and naand means morning, afternoon, and evening, respectively. Easy, right? Now, what should you say when you leave? Afrikaners usually say tot ziens when leaving in a formal situation. Tot ziens. Tot ziens means goodbye. When we say goodbye to friends or relatives, we use the informal lekker dag. Lekker dag. You can also say bye. Bye. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Afrikaans. Let's review them all again. First, the greetings. Informally, we simply say hallo. If you want to be a bit more formal, you can use goeiedag during the daytime, goeiemorgen in the morning, goeiemiddag in the afternoon, and goeienaand in the evening. When leaving in a formal situation, we say tot ziens. And in an informal situation, it's lekker dag or bye. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. In informal situations, Afrikaners, especially good friends, commonly greet each other by giving each other a quick hug. If you're unsure, you can just stick out your hand and give a firm handshake and a smile. A smile goes a long way. During the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase praat jy Engels. Do you already know it? I'll tell you all about it in our next Afrikaans in 3 minute lesson. Lekker dag! In this lesson, you are going to learn how to tell people where you are from. When you meet a new person in South Africa, they might ask you, waar kom jy vandaan? Which means, where are you from? Waar kom jy vandaan? Let's break it down. Waar means where, kom is the verb to come, next is jy, the informal word for you, finally vandaan, which means from. Altogether it's waar kom jy vandaan? Waar kom jy vandaan? Answering this question is very easy. You just say ek is, which means I am, and then your nationality. For example, ek is Amerikaans, meaning I am American. Ek is Amerikaans. Just replace Amerikaans with your own nationality. I am German is ek is Duits. I am Italian is ek is Italiaans. I am Brazilian is ek is Braziliaans. You could also answer by saying ek is van Duitsland, meaning I am from Germany, for example. Ek is van means I am from. Ek is van. So in this case, you would use the name of your country instead of your nationality. For example, if you are from France, you'd say ek is van Frankryk. Or if you are from Australia, you'd say ek is van Australië. To return the question, you can simply say en jy, which is and you. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. You'll find that the nationalities in Afrikaans are very similar to their English equivalents. Also note that we capitalize the first letter of countries and nationalities, just like in English. Easy, right? In this lesson, you learned how to ask someone where they're from. But do you know how to ask someone where they are right now in Afrikaans? I'll tell you how in the next Afrikaans in 3 minute lesson. Lekker dag!
Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
In this lesson, we'll continue our series dedicated to very common Afrikaans verbs. The second verb in our series is doen, which means to do. Doen is used quite a lot, especially in questions. Imagine your friend asks you, wat doen jy? That means, what are you doing? So if you're doing your homework, for example, you will say in Afrikaans, ek doen my huiswerk. Ek doen my huiswerk. So let's break down this answer. First we have ek doen, which is I am doing. Next comes my, which is the possessive pronoun my in English. Finally, we had huiswerk, which is the noun for homework. Again, altogether it is ek doen my huiswerk. Note that in Afrikaans, you can use the present tense form to say that you aren't doing anything. For example, if someone asks you what you are doing and you are doing nothing, you can tell them ek doen niks nie, which literally means I am doing nothing. Here we are using the present tense form. Now let's look at some common questions where you can use the verb doen. Remember gaan from the previous lesson? This time we'll use it along with doen to form the question wat gaan ons doen, which means what are we going to do? Wat gaan ons doen? As you might remember, to direct the question at someone else, you need to change the pronoun. To ask someone what are you going to do, simply switch ons meaning we with jy meaning you. Wat gaan jy doen? Wat gaan jy doen? If you want to be more specific, you can ask someone what they're doing tonight or tomorrow, for instance. Wat gaan jy vanaand doen means what are you doing tonight? Wat gaan jy vanaand doen? As you can see, the sentence is exactly the same as wat gaan jy doen. We've only added vanaand, which means tonight. You could also say, wat gaan jy môre doen? What are you doing tomorrow? Môre means tomorrow. You can simply replace this word with any other word. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. In Afrikaans, we often say, wat gaan jy doen vanaand? It means, what are you doing tonight? Try asking your friends if you want to go somewhere at night. It will sound very natural. Wat gaan jy doen vanaand? As you can see, in Afrikaans, you can place the time, for instance, vanaand, both before or after the verb. In this lesson, you learned how to use the verb doen in different contexts, and I'm sure it will help you a lot. Next time, you'll learn another verb I bet you'll really like, hou van. I'll see you in the next Afrikaans in 3 minuten lesson. Lekker dag!
Today we're going to talk about 4 techniques to help you stop translating in your head and instead start thinking in your target language. This will allow you to have conversations with ease, read smoothly, and better understand native speakers. These are 4 methods to help you think in a new language. Number 1, surround yourself with your target language. This way, you'll be completely immersed in the language. Without realizing it, you'll learn pronunciation, sentence structures, grammar, and new vocabulary. Play music in the background while you're cooking, or have a radio station on while you study. Just use one of our endless podcasts available to you. These are easy to listen to in the background while doing other things. Number 2, learn through observation. This is how we all learned our native languages as kids. Words will develop their own meanings that relate better to your target language, rather than meanings that are translated directly. Number 3, speak out loud to yourself. Even if you're a little embarrassed, it forces you to listen to how you speak. It makes it much easier to spot simple grammar mistakes. Number 4, practice daily. If you practice everything for only one day, you won't retain the information you learned. The brain can realistically only focus for about 30 minutes. So studying a little every day allows you to absorb better. Follow these steps and have patience. You'll soon be able to achieve your language learning goals. Just make sure to remember these 4 methods. Sign up for your free lifetime account. No credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. And start learning more every day.
Hello, it's Christine, and we're here to do some Afrikaans today in the lesson 10 Things You Always Want to Hear. So we're all excited about this one, obviously, because I'm going to be telling you things that you want to hear. Jy lyk goed vandag. You look good today. Jy lyk goed vandag. You look good today. What's that? Oh, thanks. I just assume that you return the compliment, but it's always something that we really like to hear, especially if it's coming from that person that we've got our eye on. But it's also just nice to tell people, if you walk past someone and you think they're looking good, let them know that they look like goed vandag, because it's always nice to make someone else's day. Ek mis jou. I miss you. Ek mis jou. I miss you. long lost friends, long lost lovers, parents in different countries, whatever. Today's world, we're all over the globe. Our friends live in China, our brother lives in England. Today, it's really common to know people that live really, really far away from us, and it's nice to sometimes receive a message saying, oh, they miss you, but it's also really nice to send a message to let someone know that you miss them. So get that phone out, think about that friend, and let them know, ek mis jou. Jy het 'n goeie werk gedoen. You did a great job. Jy het 'n goeie werk gedoen. You did a great job. That's always the best one you want to hear at school or at work, because it means that you're on the right track, you're doing something good, and at the end of the day, you might get rewarded. Daar sal 'n bonus aan die einde van die maand wees. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. Daar sal 'n bonus aan die einde van die maand wees. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. If, like I said before, jy doen goeie werk, then maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky, it means you're going to get that bonus at the end of the month and you can go on that extra long Christmas holiday this year. So, keep up the goeie werk. Jy is 'n uitstekende kok. You're an excellent cook. Jy is 'n uitstekende kok. You're an excellent cook. Now, that's one that you want to say for when your parents come over for dinner for the first time in your new flat, or you're inviting that boy over that you've had your eye on, and you're cooking them a fancy dinner, and it's the first time that you're using this new saucepan you bought yesterday, and they tell you that, and just, oh, what a relief. The food was great, the guy thinks it's great, or your parents think it's great. Anyone is happy to know that their food is good, because it means that you're going to get to enjoy it the most, because you get to have your food every night. Vat 'n breek, ek sal vandag skoonmaak. Take a break, I'll do the cleaning today. Vat 'n breek, ek sal vandag skoonmaak. Take a break, I'll do the cleaning today. That's the best to hear from your partner or your parents or your flatmate. What a great day it is when you get to just lounge on the sofa, watch some TV, catch up on those sports, do anything you want, even some painting or crafting. If you don't have to do the cleaning up, make a mess. No jokes, be nice, because next time it is your turn and then you're going to have to clean up someone else's mess. So just enjoy the day off. Enjoy it when someone tells you that they'll be doing the cleaning, because next minute it'll be your turn again. En jy wen, and you win. En jy wen, and you win. Whatever you're doing, whether it's Saturday night and you're playing board games or you're playing card games on the beach with some friends, it's always a great one to hear that you're the winner, because it means that you did your best and you won. So you've earned it. Jy was reg. You were right. Jy was reg. You were right. You won that argument. You were right when you said that this was the case and they said that was the case. It's such a nice feeling. You get all bubbly inside when someone you've been arguing with or just made a point tells you that you were right. It's like the I told you so, and it's the best feeling ever. Who doesn't love that? Ek het jou iets besonders gebring. I brought you something special. Ek het jou iets besonders gebring. I brought you something special. What an exciting thing to hear. You've just come home, you've had a really long day, and your friend's coming over, and they tell you that they bought you something besonders. How exciting. Open it up straight away, and just remember, if you don't like it, still look surprised, because they think it's besonders. Die begroting is onbeperk. The budget is unlimited. Die begroting is onbeperk. The budget is unlimited. You've got an unlimited budget, an onbeperkte begroting, to do whatever you want to make this party, this function, this shebang the best one there is, because you've got everything you need. You can get anything you want. Go crazy and enjoy it while it lasts, because it doesn't come around often. So we've come to the end of today's session of 10 things you always want to hear. There's obviously plenty more things that we always want to hear, so let us know in the comments below if you like to hear these things or if they irritate you. Hopefully not, because they're quite nice things to hear. But if you agree with some of them, if someone recently told you them, and let us know how you felt, because that would be really cool to let other people feel that joy that you felt as well. So like, comment, subscribe, and keep visiting our channel, afrikaanspod101.com.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.